Divorce is a legal process of terminating or putting an end to a marriage, dissolving the bonds of matrimony between two individuals. It involves resolving issues such as division of property, alimony, child custody, and child support, depending on the circumstances and the applicable laws. Studies have shown that divorce rates vary depending on age and gender of individuals. Most people who marry at a younger age are easily prone to getting a divorce than those who married at a later age. In 2018, data from Nigeria's Demographic Health Survey revealed that women were more likely than men to be divorced or separated, as 3% of women were either divorced or separated as against 1% of men. A lot of Nigerian celebrities are said to have been divorced or separated. Among these are Ayo Makun, aka AY, Yul Edochie, Emeka Ike, Basket Mouth, Funke Akindele, Tiwa Savage, Tonto Dike, and Kora Obidi in the diaspora. Some of these celebrities' marriages that have served as mentor marriages to others, especially the younger generation, and other cases of non-celebrity marriage that has also led to divorce, has made us at Union Television to go into the streets to find out the possible causes of divorce. Many people attributed the causes of divorce to financial challenges.
Well, divorce, as it were, have different causes.
Most of the causes of divorce is basically economical. Mostly in this country now, the hardship in the economy may cause a lot of divorce.
Economy situation.
But let's start from this perspective. The perspective of money is very important. Financially, if there is no understanding between the couple and perhaps one of the two people are not working anymore, you have bills to pay. You can't afford to take care of your children. You can't afford to take care of your wife. There is definitely going to be issues. And when such issues come, it depends on your wife's understanding to be able to cope with the situation, the present situation.
One of the predominant reasons is the state of the economy. Things are so bad. So a lot of people do not have endurance. They can't persevere.
The situation in the country now, because many things. You will see a single mother, you will see a single daddy, because of what is happening in the country. The crisis is rampant now.
I think majorly, unforgiveness is one of the causes of divorce. Unforgiveness.
Some others attributed it to infidelity, lack of trust, lack of understanding, and lack of mutual communication.
One thing I think causes divorce in many homes is lack of mutual understanding.
I think the main cause of divorce is lack of understanding between couples. And lack of understanding brings from the lack of time and getting to know who you're dating and getting to court during the relationship stage, because some people just venture into marriage without courting. I think lack of understanding brings for so many things, and it's the main cause of...
Actually, from my own understanding, what I think is the cause of divorce is that not taking time to learn your partner well, not knowing what he does, and again is that men has this character of faking their personality. You tell the lady that you are this, so at the end of the day lady find out that you are something else. So it used to piss ladies off and they think of divorce. So yeah.
Lack of communication.
Sometimes it's misunderstanding from both gender. They both refuse to understand themselves, or perhaps maybe one party is feeling bossy, while the other one feels like you're overriding it, you're overusing it, or something. I don't know how to put that.
Number one is lack of understanding. Then two, trust. Then disrespect.
Apart from infidelity that I know that makes women want to divorce their men, because if they are caught cheating on one another, that could also lead to divorce. So there are 1,001 reasons where divorce can, happen. That could be the root cause of divorce. But essentially, most of the ones we notice in court these days is financial.
So what do you do if you cannot avoid it? Cannot avoid the thing that causes divorce. If it happens, what do? You look, sit down. There is no sin that you cannot forgive. Jesus forgive all our sins. So there's no sins you cannot forgive. Even the one who will commit in 20 years' time, he has forgiven us. So why can't you forgive your partner?
And others also said causes of marriage could be attributed to lack of patience, family influences, the Gen Z syndrome, improper marriage at first, barrenness, or want of a male child.
Originally, divorce is not supposed to come in where there is the fear of God between the two of them. The Bible has not recommended for divorce, but it has to come where you cannot kill yourself for me, or I cannot kill myself for you. We two of us has to separate. But originally, from the Bible perspective, it's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to endure each other, live till death do us apart. But how long will we wait till death do us apart before we find our level?
The cause is impatient. Because if you see somebody married for 40 years, they tolerate each other and they understand each other. That is why because nobody is perfect. Everybody has his own defects. So the major thing is that you're supposed to understand each other and be patient.
Most of these marriages, there's no more long courtship. And before you know, in the olden days, your parents will choose a partner for you. They know the family, they know the background. But nowadays, they just meet in Lagos, go straight into the wedding. Then some with infection, some diseases causes divorce. So a lot of things. And some men are not even ready. Most of these boys, they are not ready for marriage. Just to and go.
Some of the things we call divorces are not even divorces because there was no marriage in the first place. Some marriages are not conscripted in the right way. So when people, particularly in this Lagos, and not just Lagos, but particularly in this Lagos, we have stayed for over 35 years, I discovered that a lot of things that people call divorce are not divorces because the people are not even married properly.
I think it's the modern style because in my own time it's not like this. People were content. Contentment is not there now because when we want to get married in the court, it is for better, for worse. You vow for better, for worse. But nowadays, people are not so contented. That is why there are so many breakages in marriages today.
When they talk about Gen Zs, everything sharp, no time to waste. They're always on the fast track, And unlike our days, you'll be patient to say, okay, this thing is like this. I will be patient and I don't know where the children of these days get their formula from. The formula everything should happen sharp, sharp. They must ride the best cars, they must live in the best houses, and whereby such is not forthcoming in their marriages. You see them complaining and grumbling. Some don't even mind, abandoning the vows and then leave the place. So I feel this is one of the major points why marriages have been, broken.
Even though most people want to stay in their marriages, they have an elastic limit to what can be tolerated. When asked on the streets of Lagos at what point would they leave their marriages, a lot of them said,
Whereby domestic violence is involved, you can advise, a child to leave a marriage.
If I can establish that a woman wants to take my life, it's better to live away from the woman.
Yes, when it leads to a stage of beating, it's not good to beat a woman. We are fragile.
If the woman does not cooperate with me, I can divorce.
First of all, disrespect. If I'm being disrespected, I'd back out. If I'd never forgive a cheating woman. Yeah, once I notice, any form of infidelity, I'm off.
I will not encourage my daughter to leave the marriage, whatever the circumstances, because she has vowed, for better or worse, to stay. I will never, as a parent, it's not good to encourage our children to leave any marriage. Whatever circumstances they find themselves, they have to be contented.
At this point is when I have seen the don'ts, that things that I don't like. I've complained, and the man did not take. Okay, like let me say, like a man not doing not taking his responsibility. I don't think I like that.
When life is involved. Yes, when life and death is involved. What I mean by life is where you see your wife want to poison you, or your wife is planning with armed robbers to come and attack you because he wants your wealth, or you told your wife about will that you've written somewhere and he wants to kill you and take over. where you see your wife breaking bottles on your head, breaking your televisions, becoming violent everywhere, I think that is when you should draw the line and do away with that marriage.
I'm a child of God. I love Jesus. There is no challenge in life I cannot overcome.
If it gets to the point that maybe a woman is harassing the husband, threatening that he will kill or he will use knife.
When you have done something wrong or something nasty, I have complained, I have endured, I have persevered, I have been patient enough. Let's say, I don't know where to go now. Think about where I'm coming from.
However, communication, forgiveness, prayer, understanding, patience, amongst others, are suggested ways to help avoid situations that will lead to divorce.
Okay, ma, so what is your advice to people so that they can avoid divorce? What kind of advice do you give?
I've said it before. There should be a little long courtship. Then the family must know about it. Some ladies, when they are pregnant, they carry husband to their family in the village, which is very bad.
I read in the social media yesterday where a young couple for that matter, the man was complaining that the wife, the newly wedded wife, has not allowed his own parents, his own mother, to come and visit. Why? Why should that be? Huh? Whereas the mother of the lady has been coming. It's not a good thing to hear. Because before they get married, there must be mutual understanding among them. Do you have a parent or do you not have? Uh-huh. If that is the case, I don't think there's any cause for any divorce at all.
My little advice for them is to take God as a first assignment. When they have a good relationship with God, whatever any challenges they encounter, God will help them.
Advice to people: number one, we parents should parent our children well from the cradle. You know, these days I don't know how parents does their own parenting. They are never around. So you should be around for your children and try to curb some attitude and character that is not that you know that is going to harm them tomorrow.
Well, my own advice is we should understand one another better, because we come from different background, different character, different opinion, and we cannot know each other till death do us part.
The man too is we claim always that we are the pillars of the house, the head of the family. Most of the men do not want to realize that they are also dealing with human beings. There is the same blood that flows in you flows in me. The spirit of equity, you are me, I'm you. The same blood. No matter you're a female, you have the same thinking faculties. It's only that God has made it possible already that a woman will live under man. So you do not underrate your woman.
The key behind all of this is this. Before you go into it, find out who your spouse is. Know your spouse and know the reason why you are going into that wedlock, and make up your mind to stay in it. If you have gone through those stages, you will never divorce, no matter what happens. Until death do one of you part.
Divorce is truly an alarming ordeal in the Nigerian society and the world today.